Chapter 7. The Final Confrontation. The silence of the night enveloped Eldoria, a kingdom holding its breath in the shadow of an impending storm. The horizon, edged with the dark silhouettes of Drakmoria's approaching forces, served as a grim reminder of the battle that lay ahead. Within the walls of Eldoria, soldiers and mages gathered, not in fear, but with a quiet resolve that spoke volumes of their readiness to defend their homeland. The air was charged with tension, yet underlined with an unspoken camaraderie and a profound sense of unity. Gareth stood atop the battlements, his gaze fixed on the dark horizon. The echo blade, pulsing softly by his side, served as a tangible reminder of the journey he had undertaken. From a reluctant hero to a beacon of hope for Eldoria, his transformation was not just his own, but a reflection of the kingdom's resurgence. He thought of the friends who stood by him, their loyalty and sacrifices that had led them to this precipice of fate. A sense of solemn pride swelled within him, a testament to the bonds forged in the crucible of their shared trials. Elena, her eyes reflecting the starlit sky, found solace in the ancient magics that coursed through her veins. She reflected on the depths of arcane knowledge she had delved into, the mysteries of the Aetherial Core, and the echoes of history that had guided their path. Her journey had been one of discovery, not just of the world's secrets, but of her own strength and purpose. As she stood among the defenders of Eldoria, she felt a deep connection to the past and present mages who had wielded their powers in defense of the realm. Aldric, ever the strategist, reviewed the plans and contingencies with meticulous care. His journey from a guardian of secrets to a key architect of their strategy had taught him the value of adaptability and trust in his comrades. The challenges faced had honed his tactical acumen, but more importantly, they had revealed the strength that lay in unity and the power of a shared cause. He shared quiet words of encouragement with the soldiers, his confidence in their preparedness and resolve unshakable. Selene, cloaked in the allure of her dark magic, stood apart, yet undeniably integral to the circle of allies. Her path, marked by shadows and redemption, had led her to stand against a threat that sought to extinguish the nuanced balance between light and dark. In the quiet of the night, she acknowledged the complexity of her journey, the choices made, and the unlikely fellowship that had formed. Drakmoria's looming threat had aligned their destinies, but it was their shared resolve that had transformed her from an outsider to a key defender of Eldoria. As the night deepened, quiet conversations and shared reflections filled the spaces between the soldiers and mages. There was laughter, somber tales of past battles, and silent prayers to deities old and new. It was a night of contemplation, of forging memories that would last a lifetime, regardless of what the dawn would bring. The quiet before the storm was a precious respite, a momentary pause in the relentless march of time. For Gareth, Elena, Aldric, and Selene, it was a time to acknowledge how far they had come, the trials they had overcome, and the unbreakable bonds that had been formed. As they stood together, united in purpose and spirit, they faced the dawning of destiny, ready to write the final chapter of their epic journey. As the first light of dawn kissed the horizon, it brought not the hope of a new day, but the ominous advance of Drakmoria's legions. The ground trembled under the weight of the approaching army, a dark tide led by the fearsome sorcerer Malachor, whose power seemed to warp the very air around him. The sky, streaked with the first hints of morning, served as a backdrop to the impending clash that would decide the fate of Eldoria. The defenders of Eldoria, standing firm at the kingdom's borders, were a testament to the unity and resilience of its people. At the forefront were Gareth and Aldric, embodiments of courage and strategy, flanked by the kingdom's bravest warriors. Behind them, Elena and Selene stood ready, the united artifacts between them pulsing with a potent blend of light and shadow magic. The air was charged with anticipation, each heartbeat a drumbeat, leading to the crescendo of war. As Malachor raised his hand, Unleashing the first volleys of dark magic towards the walls of Eldoria, the battle began in earnest. The defenders responded with a barrage of arrows and spells, a vivid tableau of resistance against the encroaching darkness. Gareth, with the Echo Blade in hand, led a contingent of knights in a charge against the vanguard of Drakmoria's army, the blade's light cutting through the gloom like a beacon of hope. Aldric, his strategic mind in full focus, directed the troops with precision, ensuring that each move countered the enemy's advances. His voice, steady and clear, resonated above the din of battle, a guiding force in the chaos of war. Elena, her connection to the Aetherial Core deepened by the imminent threat, channeled its energies to bolster the kingdom's defenses. Arcane barriers shimmered into existence, turning aside dark spells and arrows alike, while her own spells rained down upon the enemy, a deluge of celestial fury. Selene, embracing the dual nature of her magic, wove together light and shadow in a display of power that blurred the lines between the two. Her spells sapped the strength of Drakmoria's forces, while invigorating the defenders, a dance of darkness and light that exemplified the complexity of her allegiance. Together, they stood as the heart of Eldoria's resistance, their powers amplified by the artifacts and their spirits united by the cause. The battle raged on, a maelstrom of magic and steel, each clash resonating with the determination of a kingdom, fighting for its very soul. As the sun climbed higher, casting long shadows over the battlefield, the outcome remained uncertain. Yet, in the hearts of Gareth, Elena, Aldric, and Selene, there burned an unquenchable fire of resolve. They knew that the fate of Eldoria rested in their hands, and they were determined to meet destiny head-on, whatever the cost. The clamor of battle crescendoed around Gareth as he navigated the chaotic tapestry of war, his eyes set on a figure that towered over the battlefield. A Drakmorian general, clad in armor that seemed to swallow the light, advanced with a sword that pulsed with a malevolent glow. The air around the blade crackled with dark energy, a stark contrast to the luminescence of Gareth's Echo Blade. Their duel began as their swords met with a clash that sent reverberations through the air, a testament to the power wielded by both combatants. Gareth, embodying the spirit of Eldoria, moved with a grace and determination that belied the gravity of the moment. Each strike he delivered was a dance of light, each parry a testament to his mastery of the blade, honed through countless hours of training and battle. The Drakmorian general was no less skilled, his movements a blur of shadows, each attack laced with dark magic that sought to overwhelm Gareth. But Gareth, with the Echo Blade in hand, turned aside these assaults, its light unraveling the spells before they could reach him. The duel was not just a contest of strength, but of wills, a physical manifestation of the struggle between light and darkness. As they fought, the Eldorian soldiers around them drew courage from Gareth's valor, rallying to push back against the encroaching enemy. His leadership, unspoken yet palpable, served as a beacon of hope, guiding them through the storm of conflict. The climax of their duel came with a flurry of blows that tested the limits of Gareth's endurance. In a final, desperate exchange, Gareth found an opening, driving the Echo Blade forward with all the strength and conviction he could muster. The blade found its mark, piercing the general's armor and bringing him to his knees. As the general fell, a wave of relief and triumph washed over the battlefield, a turning point that shifted the momentum in Eldoria's favor. Yet victory came at a cost. In the heat of the battle, Gareth had sustained a deep wound, a stark reminder of the sacrifices made in the name of freedom and light. As he stood, victorious but wounded, he understood the true cost of war, a burden he would carry with him as the battle raged on. Perched atop the ancient battlements of Eldoria, Elena surveyed the sprawling chaos below with a determined gaze. Her hands glowed with the accumulated power of the Aetherial Core, the artifact now a part of her very being, amplifying her connection to the arcane forces that coursed through the world. From this vantage point, she became the eye of the storm, a beacon of hope amidst the tumult of war. As Malachor's dark sorceries sought to breach the defenses of the kingdom, Elena's focus remained unwavering. She wove intricate spells of protection, casting barriers of shimmering energy that shielded the Eldorian forces from the barrage of dark magic. Her presence alone inspired those fighting below, her spells a testament to the strength and resilience of the Eldorian spirit. With the Aetherial Core's power at her fingertips, Elena unleashed a torrent of arcane destruction upon the enemy formations. Streams of radiant energy rained down upon the Drakmorian invaders, disrupting their ranks and sowing chaos in their meticulously organized assault. Each spell she cast was a blow against the darkness, a light that pierced the shadowy veil Malachor sought to cast over the land. However, the tide of battle is ever unpredictable. A group of Drakmoria's elite sorcerers, recognizing the threat Elena posed, converged their efforts, launching a concentrated volley of dark spells towards her position. The air crackled with malevolent energy as their attack ascended the battlements, a deadly storm aimed at the heart of Eldoria's magical defense. Faced with this dire onslaught, Elena knew that a desperate response was required. Drawing deeply from the well of power the Aetherial Core provided, she prepared a spell of immense potency, one that bordered on the forbidden for its risk and sheer force. The air around her hummed with power as she channeled the spell, the fabric of reality bending at her command. With a final defiant cry, Elena unleashed the spell. A wave of pure, unbridled arcane energy burst forth, tearing through the assault with precision and ferocity. The sky lit up as if struck by 1,000 suns, the enemy's attack dissipating under the overwhelming might of Elena's magic. The aftermath revealed the cost of such power. Elena, weakened by the effort of channeling such a spell, slumped against the battlements, her energy spent. Yet, the battlefield below bore witness to her sacrifice. A tide turned in favor of Eldoria, the enemy's elite sorcerers scattered to the winds. In this moment of victory, Elena's resolve remained unbroken, her spirit a testament to the enduring light of Eldoria. The din of battle filled the air as Aldric surveyed the field from his vantage point, his eyes sharp, catching the ebb and flow of the conflict with a tactician's acumen. Amidst the clamor, his mind was a calm center, processing, analyzing, and anticipating the moves of the enemy. He understood the stakes, and he bore the responsibility of his role with a gravity that matched the weight of his command. With a keen insight, honed through years of study and experience, Aldric directed the reserves, his voice cutting through the noise, his orders a lifeline to those on the front line. Each command he issued was deliberate, aimed at bolstering Eldoria's defenses, ensuring that Drakmoria's forces found no advantage, no breach to exploit. His strategic mind mapped the battlefield, identifying the enemy's patterns and weaknesses. With a series of swift, calculated orders, he orchestrated flanking maneuvers that caught Drakmoria's forces off guard. His knowledge of warfare, his ability to read the tide of battle, turned potential defeats into opportunities, saving lives and boosting the morale of the Eldorian defenders. But Aldric was not content to command from the rear. As the battle raged, a sector of the front line began to falter, overwhelmed by the relentless onslaught of Drakmoria's forces. Recognizing the critical nature of this position, Aldric made a decisive choice. He would not merely send reinforcements, he would lead them. Gathering a contingent of Eldoria's finest, Aldric charged into the fray, his presence a beacon of hope to the beleaguered defenders. His bravery was infectious, his leadership by example galvanizing the soldiers around him. Together, they pushed forward, securing the vital position, repelling the enemy's advance. This charge, led by Aldric, was not without cost. He moved with a purpose, aware of the risk, yet unwavering in his resolve. His actions that day would be remembered not just as a tactical victory, but as a testament to his courage, his willingness to face great personal risk for the sake of Eldoria. His leadership ensured not just the defense of a crucial sector, but inspired all who witnessed it, a reminder of the strength and resolve that defined the kingdom's defenders. The battleground pulsed with malevolent energy, as Selene faced a trio of Drakmoria's lieutenants, each wielding dark magic reminiscent of her own. The air crackled with the tension of conflicting loyalties, the shadows of her past intertwining with the promise of a brighter, if uncertain, future. As the lieutenants advanced, their spells weaving through the night like serpentine shadows, Selene grappled with the echoes of her own dark magic. Her internal struggle mirrored the external conflict, her allegiance to Eldoria, battling the residual affinity for the dark arts. Yet, she knew that defeating these lieutenants was a crucial step in the path towards redemption. Selene's movements were fluid, her steps a dance between the ethereal and the tangible. Her knowledge of dark magic, acquired through years of study and mastery, allowed her to anticipate the lieutenants' every move. In a symphony of shadows and light, she countered their spells, redirecting the malevolent energy away from her allies. The climax of this skirmish came when Selene faced the strongest lieutenant, a sorcerer whose mastery of dark magic rivaled her own.
Selene, you've always been a creature of shadows, dancing on the edge of darkness. What delusions led you to believe you could escape your true nature?
My nature is my own, shaped by choices I make.
Her eyes narrowed, a flicker of defiance.
Not the shadows that once clung to me.
The lieutenant laughed.
Choices, you say? Your allegiance to Eldoria will not erase the stains of your past. You were forged in the crucible of dark magic, and it courses through your veins.
The past may linger, but I choose to defy its grip. My powers now serve a nobler purpose, one that transcends the darkness you revel in.
Nobility from a sorceress who once reveled in the forbidden arts. Your redemption is a farce, Selene. You're a pawn in a game you can't comprehend.
Perhaps you're the one who fails to see. Eldoria's fate is entwined with mine, and I'll let no shadow of my past tarnish its future.
In that moment, Selene made a choice. She embraced the full spectrum of her powers, both dark and light. Her magic surged with newfound strength, a manifestation of her commitment to Eldoria's cause. The lieutenants, confounded by the unexpected surge of energy, faltered. With a decisive strike, Selene overcame the strongest lieutenant, his dark magic dissolving into the night. As he crumbled, defeated, Selene stood amidst the dissipating shadows, her victory a testament to her dedication to Eldoria. Yet, even in triumph, she acknowledged the lingering shadows of her past. The journey towards redemption was far from over, but this battle, won on the field of conflict and within her own heart, marked a pivotal step forward. Selene had proven her worth, not just as a sorceress, but as a defender of Eldoria, seeking redemption in the crucible of the fight against Drakmoria. The moon hung low in the night sky, casting an ethereal glow over the battlefield. At the heart of the army were Gareth, Elena, Aldric, and Selene, a formidable quartet, bound by fate and purpose. In the distance, emerging from the shadows like a harbinger of doom, Malachor, the dark sorcerer, materialized with an aura of malevolence. Malachor glided forward with an unsettling grace, his dark robes billowing in the eerie wind that seemed to carry whispers of despair. His eyes, pools of abyssal black, scanned the assembled defenders, but his sinister smile was reserved for Selene. The air crackled with an unsettling energy as he addressed the group, his voice carrying a venomous allure.
Ah, the heroes of Eldoria, united against a common enemy. How quaint.
He laughed, fixing his eyes on Selene.
Selene, my wayward disciple, have you come to rejoin the true path, to embrace the power that flows through your veins?
I seek no redemption in your shadows, Malachor. My allegiance lies with Eldoria, and I'll see your darkness banished.
Loyalty to a kingdom that sees you as a mere tool. You deserve more, Selene, more than the feeble constraints of mortal rule. Join me, and together we shall ascend to unimaginable heights.
Your empty promises won't sway us, Malachor. Eldoria's fate won't be dictated by your twisted ambitions.
We've faced the trials and tribulations, seen the echoes of destiny. Your reign of darkness ends here.
Selene made her choice, and it's not your dark path she walks. We stand united against you.
Malachor's dark laughter reverberated across the battlefield, a haunting symphony that echoed through the hearts of the onlooking soldiers. He raised his hand, summoning tendrils of shadow that writhed around him, a macabre display of his stolen power. The confrontation was imminent, and the fate of Eldoria hung in the balance as the quiet before the storm yielded to the impending clash of light and shadow. The battlefield erupted into chaos as Gareth faced Malachor, the clash of their opposing powers echoing through the night. The Echo Blade, glowing with the united artifact's power, met Malachor's dark magic in a dazzling display of light and shadow.
This ends now, Malachor.
Malachor laughed mockingly.
Oh, how valiant. But can your feeble light truly dispel the shadows that envelop Eldoria?
Gareth swung the Echo Blade, its ethereal glow leaving streaks of light in its wake. Malachor countered with dark tendrils that snaked through the air. The two forces collided in a dance of magic and steel.
Selene, now!
Selene channeled her darkened light magic.
Together, Gareth.
As Malachor conjured shadowy minions, Selene wove a complex spell, disrupting their formation. Elena, stationed at a distance, bolstered their defenses with arcane barriers, while Aldric's arrows found their marks, weakening the minions.
You cling to hope, oblivious to the impending darkness.
Malachor taunted.
Selene, embrace the power within you, and together we can reshape Eldoria.
Your darkness has no hold on me, Malachor. Eldoria deserves better.
Gareth and Malachor continued their intense duel, each strike a testament to the conflicting forces at play. The Echo Blade, fueled by Gareth's unwavering resolve, began to overpower Malachor's dark magic.
Your tyranny ends here.
You are a mere pawn in a cosmic play, Gareth. I am the orchestrator of destiny.
Selene blocked Malachor's dark magic.
Gareth, the artifacts, channel their power.
Gareth, tapping into the artifact's energy, unleashed a surge of brilliance. The Echo Blade pulsed with newfound strength, creating an opening in Malachor's defenses. With a final determined strike, Gareth pierced through Malachor's dark shield, the Echo Blade bathing him in radiant light. The dark sorcerer staggered, his malevolent aura diminishing.
No. Eldoria was destined to fall.
Destiny bends to the will of those who defy it.
The combined efforts of Gareth, Selene, Elena, and Aldric overwhelmed Malachor. As his dark magic waned, the shadows that gripped Eldoria began to recede. The defenders seized the opportunity, driving back the remaining forces of Drakmoria. The night, once shrouded in uncertainty, now echoed with the victorious cheers of Eldoria's defenders. The united artifacts, their purpose fulfilled, resonated with a harmonious energy that permeated the kingdom. As the echoes of the final clash faded, a new sense of calm settled upon Eldoria. The once tumultuous battlefield transformed into a scene of triumph and relief. Drakmoria's remaining forces, weakened and disheartened, scattered in the face of defeat. Gareth addressed the defenders.
We did it! Eldoria is free!
The rallying cry echoed through the air as the people of Eldoria, united in their resilience, celebrated their hard-won victory. Citizens embraced each other, tears of relief mingling with expressions of gratitude. The sacrifices made were honored, and the fallen were remembered.
It's over. The artifacts fulfilled their purpose.
Our journey may be done, but the echoes of destiny will linger.
Aldric, his strategic mind still alert, ensured that the surrendering enemies were treated fairly. The remnants of Drakmoria's dark influence were systematically purged, allowing Eldoria to reclaim its rightful place as a kingdom of light and hope. Gareth, standing at the forefront, held the Echo Blade aloft, its radiant glow symbolizing the triumph of unity over darkness. The united artifacts, now dormant, resonated with the collective energy of Eldoria's defenders. Gareth addressed the people.
Eldoria endured the shadows, but its light prevailed. We stand united, stronger than ever.